Greetings, people. It's Jared here, Wolfgang 1.0, back to do another Transformers review. Now, I know I'm supposed to be putting these out weekly, but I keep losing the motivation to actually put out new content. What I should have done was, when I was uploading all the old reviews from the old channel, I should have started recording new reviews to keep the momentum going. Instead, I uploaded all the old ones and then just lost the will to live for this whole entire venture. But I'm back again, woohoo, for review 152, and today I'm looking at a figure that I got in a trade with a friend of mine recently. So I'm just going to crack straight on into this because I'm waffling already. This is the review for Generation 1 Override. Right, okay, so here is Override in his alt mode. He turns into some sort of futuristic or Cybertronian motorcycle. Fucking hell, that wasn't supposed to happen. Fucking 15 seconds into the video, whatever. All right, here's the thing. I was going to sticker this guy up, but because he's so small, fuck off. Right, okay, do you know what? I'm just going to start again. Right, here is Override in his alt mode. He turns into a futuristic motorcycle, Cybertronian motorcycle or something like that. Very carefully do this. I was going to sticker this guy up, but because he's like a lower price point, latter G1, I didn't really see the point. I got this guy in a trade quite recently from one of my friends. I can't remember what I traded him actually, but I got Siege Prime, I got this, and I got the Decepticon clones from the Earthrise run, which I will do as the next reviews are following this one, because I've not done Decepticon in a while. Anyway, moving on to Override. He's a lower price point Transformer, I think 1988. I can't quite remember. 89. I can't remember if he came out before or after the Throttle Bots. So you had the mini bots, then you had I fuck knows if I can remember. Then you had the Throttle Bots, and then I think you had the Trigger Bots after that. So 89, something like that. And you know, he's pretty cool. There's not really a hell of a lot to him. The transformation is very, very simple. So this review isn't going to take too long at all. I'm going to be very, very careful with the way I move this, because I don't want to hit that little blue button just there. With quite a lot of Transformers of this era, one of the things I have noticed is when you go to transform it, the part of it is quite stiff, and the part is separating the front section of the motorcycle from the back to basically what will form the legs from the torso. Actually pulling it apart or trying to get it back together is always like sort of quite stiff. I've noticed that with like sort of latter day era Transformers like this. But you know, he's got a bit of chrome wear on him. One of my YouTube subscribers, Spiderfan UK, pointed something out not long back, because we were having a discussion on like sort of the trigger bots and things like that. And one of the things he noticed was Windsweeper is a Decepticon, but his guns are chromed out, whereas the other Triggercons, their trigger weapons are more muted and more like sort of in block like sort of colours. Whereas the Autobot ones, this one and Backstreet were like sort of chromed weapons, but the last one, Dogfight, had like sort of black weapons. So he wondered whether or not Windsweeper was supposed to be an Autobot trigger transformer, and they swapped him and Dogfight around. But I don't know if that's true or not. I just thought I'd mention that, as it's quite an interesting little maybe scenario. So the good thing about this in its alt mode is the fact that it can deploy the weapons in alt mode and robot mode. Okay, and to do that, basically you press the two little one tab here and one tab on the other side. So I'm going to do that. Yeah, one, and I'm going to do it together. Fuck you, I'm not starting this again. And together, bang. So he can deploy his weapons in both modes. And, you know, the weapons look pretty decent. You know, can't complain there. If someone is using this as a motorcycle, though, that is possibly, as they're spring-loaded, possibly going to take their legs off. So not really any thought put into that at all. Unless they deploy the weapons beforehand and then sit with their legs further back in these compartments. But that looks like it could be quite uncomfortable. So we're going to move the weapons back in like that, fuck off. Every fucking review I do, something has to, like, just go a little bit... I didn't even fucking touch that. Something has to go skew with, doesn't it? There we are. Right. So this isn't going to be a very long review at all, because I'm still trying to get back into the habit of doing reviews. I keep missing my fucking deadlines and it's pissing me off. So I'm doing this, right, just to say that I put content out on a Monday. I hope you're satisfied. Transforming this guy is not difficult at all, so we are going to take the camera out a little bit. There we go. So transforming him is we basically split the bastard like that. Lift up this section here, pull back the wheel. That's very stiff as well, actually. And then bring back the canopy all the way, like that. So it's got a bit of back kibble. And that's basically overriding his robot mode. Articulation-wise, his arms will move around. That's it. He's a lower price point transformer. Don't expect any miracles. It would have been nice if there could have been, like, a way to separate the legs a little bit. I'd do that little pin bar that I did with Sunstreak and like Sideswipe, a little pin bar just to differentiate. But you know, all one section here, his legs. But apart from that, you know, he's not supposed to be anything special. He's a $3.99 transformer on like card backing with a plastic bubble. So yeah, they weren't going to put a lot of thought into it, was they? On the whole, though, I mean, despite the fact that he's not really anything special, as most lower price point transformers weren't supposed to be, I still think he's kind of cool. I mean, he's got a great... Let me bring that forward. He's got a great little face sculpt. I've noticed he's only got one ear, like one little horn thing. Looks like that. I can't tell if that's come off or not. But yeah, he looks a bit weird with just like sort of one ear. Possibly would have been nice to have the eyes painted yellow or something. And as you can see, the paint wasn't entirely successful on his face. Although looking at that, it's not a same mold either side, left or right of his cheeks. It's like sort of different molding. So that's again quite interesting, I suppose. Makes him look a little bit Frankenstein-y. But of course, he also has his gimmick in this mode, which is deploy guns. And there we are. That is G1 override in robot mode and his pew-pews sticking out. Let's stick those away for now. Nothing really special to write home about. But a nice little bot. Decent colours on him. The colours are still bright, nothing's faded, nothing's like, apart from the chrome being a little bit chrome worn. Apart from that, yeah, I might stick him up at some point, but there's no rush. So yeah, if you're looking for like sort of G1s to put on your shelf and like sort of just like troop builders or like sort of things to bump the collection out with, then yeah, the lower price point Transformers, they're a safe bet. They're nothing special. They weren't designed to be, but they're quirky and fun. This guy's quite fun when his guns behave and don't decide to deploy on their own. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching this review. This is Gerald Gavenberry, also known as Wolfgang 1.0, saying I will hopefully, no promises, be back next week with another review, maybe looking at Titans Return, Wingspan, or Pounce. Until we see each other again, thank you for watching this and all the fucking rest of it, and take care.
To go.